Did that fix it? Oh, good grief. I don't think anybody tried !P because I believe I turned that on. Let me check. I didn't test it. Yeah. So you could have done an !P. Yeah, and read chat, please. Not D. !D, no. Ah, caramba. Wow. Do I even want to go over all of that? I wonder, no, it wasn't even recorded locally. The phone call was from Ken Stout. I couldn't believe he's calling me. What? I didn't have a clue at that point. Oh, hello, Jim. Seems confused. He didn't hear any of all that. And it was so clever. It was the most clever things. The things that I said were the most clever things you would have ever heard on YouTube. Is my nose growing? I guess. What am I going to do? I'm either going to stop the show and just quit while I'm behind or go back and try to. All right. Yeah, well, yeah, it's November 13th, 2024 on a Wednesday. And it's some amount of time after 9 a.m. Yeah, Ken, I think I'm entertained. Wintermute says move on. Oh, good grief. There's no way I'm going to get the things that I had in mind doing. Brian Lightfoot, wipe out all the previously posted chat comments. They're all gone. Okay, well, I captured them, so they're over here. Official Tim Tech was asking, why aren't I going live? If I don't tell you in chat why I'm going live, I'm just choosing not to say. Just get over it. Yeah, I'd rather not be asking me what's going on. I don't owe you an explanation. Parker Morris, can you refer Greg Randolph? No, I'm not your secretary. You talk to Greg when he comes up. I'm trying to scroll down, and this is a picture. This is a screenshot. Randy Israel's comment. Now, when I go to the next screenshot I took of it, I popped out chat. Parker, you really need to do some proofreading here. I mean, come on, really? Greg M., where are you from? What model Roku player do you have? Greg M., where are you from? What model Roku player do you have? Is it Roku? Please do a little proofreading. Yeah, and one of the things that I said during this part that you didn't hear is that I sound cranky, and I am cranky. And I'm maybe taking a page out of Jim KJ3N. It's just, he never really said it this way, but just say what you're feeling. I'm just, Ran Israel, no show today. Ran misspelling. Come on, proofreading. Where did you see the notice that Doug wasn't doing a show today? Ran, he didn't. Well, okay, here's your clue, guys. It said Wednesday, and right in here, it always showed you how many hours and what the date was going to be. So it's always been there. Please forgive me. Yes, I'm cranky. Let me be cranky a little bit. I didn't. That's why. Okay, isn't this show scheduled for 13th? Martin Hogg is, yeah, it is. He pointed out it's scheduled for the 13th. Parker Morris to Martian Hogg. Yes, that says Martian Hogg. Yes, it is, but there's no community notice, or Doug didn't say anything during the show that he was canceling today. Okay, get understand this. I'm trying to cut down the number of minutia things that I have to do. So no, I didn't say it. I didn't send out a notice. And many times the reason for not doing a show, I didn't actually cancel the show. On Monday, I scheduled the next show for Wednesday. I never did schedule a Tuesday show this week. So I didn't actually cancel it. But there were multiple reasons for canceling it. And what am I going to do? Type out all the list of reasons why I didn't do a show on Tuesday? And on Monday, I didn't know that. I didn't know how busy Tuesday was going to become. So, yeah, Chris, you didn't miss much. The beginning of this show, I was mute. Okay. Yeah, well, that's something here. This was funny. I got a laugh out of this yesterday. Martin to Parker. Oh, I didn't know I came from Mars. Parker Morrison. Martian Hogg, I'm so sorry if you took offense to my last statement. I'm not sure that Parker realized he was misspelling Martin's name. Not a hint of offense, just a bit of fun. He keeps using Martian Hogg, though. I think he actually has to spell that out. So maybe he was doing it intentionally. I don't know. Greg M says he looked at the scheduled date. He does that for all his subs. He's still in a cab. And then there's some show title stuff. Oh, one of the other things I said when you couldn't hear me. It's probably too early for you to be suggesting show titles because you don't know the criteria, what I'm looking for show title. And I'm not looking to change the name of the channel. It'll stay LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts. But the show title, I've had multiple different show titles. This one now is Fixing LWTdb episode 6 today. Yesterday. Oh, see, now I didn't even get up to the point yet where you're telling me there's no audio. Clicking on channel activity is not what I'm talking about. Chat comments on today's show are gone. It's a problem with, actually you can. Brian, if you go to channel activity and come back here to yesterday, you can see your comments. Well, actually before the show, I looked at those and they were there. Your comments from yesterday in chat were there, but now they're gone. Well, that's interesting. All right. Yeah, so they don't stick there, but they were there this morning. No audio. Keith did an exclamation mark P right at the beginning. That there was a problem, and I did not hear that one. What I did hear was I heard a buffering cue, but I think that happens every time I start a show, and that's a new speaker bot in my ear. Ay, caramba. Yeah. Selden Ball tried an exclamation mark P back here, and it did not work. The problem with my microphone was that the incorrect microphone was selected in OBS. And since during this fixing LWTdb period, I dropped in a whole bunch of the complexities that I had tied up with this show. Because seriously, I was spending 3-4 hours a day on a half-hour show. But the checklist and maybe the test stream is probably going to have to come back. But not exclamation mark D. That one was just getting to be too much. Yeah, SpeakerBot is back in a minimal form. Doug's happy about something. Did I look to be happy? Oh, I guess even when I'm speaking about my frustrations, I'm smiling and laughing. Text sent. No, I'm not gonna see a text. Phone call was the right way to go. Ken, thank you for doing that. Email's not gonna do it. Oh. I gotta go back to checklist. It's gonna be it's gonna be streamlined. Oh my gosh, lots of stuff. Scanning, scanning, scanning. Jim's waiting for sound. He wants daily dose of Doug. Yeah, that's not going to do it. That's not going to fit the criteria of what I want for a new title. 3-4 hours of prep, not prep. A lot of it was follow up. The timestamps that I was putting in, I was having to go back and actually watch through the video and then rewind and get the precise timestamp to be able to put the timestamp in and the rewrite in the description. That would have been okay if it produced the desired results, and it did not. The desired results was for that to be able to bring up some searchable content, search results for YouTube and or Google, and to be really useful for viewers. And there's probably a handful of Dougs out there, meaning people that are like me that don't want to go back and watch the whole show, but they'll go look at the cliff notes essentially and see if any of those topics are of interest, and they'll click to go straight to it. That doesn't really build the channel. So yeah, no. The exclamation mark D on a pay for play, that might come, but that's down the road. I'm not going to jump on that. I'm too busy right now. She's 20 minutes into the show, and I haven't done squat diddly bupkis of what I had in mind doing, never mind any kind of a checklist. Yesterday, there were 3 things that really got my intense involvement. 2 of them are related to Microsoft 365 complex issues, so I'm not going to go into those right now. The second one that I got really into was something that Kerry Holzman showed on his show that I think I actually have shown, but not pursued. And so I got really interested in pursuing it, and I'm pretty sure I found the answer, at least the start to it. And I had some collaboration with Kerry last night about it, and he said he was going to try it on his show or on his computer. I don't think, it didn't sound like he was going to do a show today or tomorrow. But the information that I passed along to him by text really wasn't adequate to show, and it's pretty simple and quick to show. So I'm going to go ahead and show it on one of these computers. Oh, I want to show you this. Distracted again. He's gone off on a squirrel. If I do this and then make this bigger, let's go here. And should be a way to make that bigger. Oh, here. Does that? No. Here's the bright button. Okay, so this is a full screen view of the security camera that is right there. And let's see, I do it on here. Yeah. And so turn off the picture in picture just to show you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different models of these computers that have the secure boot mode problem. There's a Zen Arrow laptop, a Ping D all-in-one, a couple of B-Link computers, and I also have deployed to my clients a few Ace Magic computers. They all came with secure boot disabled. Some of them I could go and just change it to enabled and it would work. But the issue that Kerry was showing yesterday, and I have encountered and have it on this machine, this one that I'm going to bring up on capture. Whoops, that didn't come up. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to do this. Now will that come up? Yeah, there it comes up. And the issue is that when you go to change to enable secure boot, select enable. Ugh, I didn't set this one up right. Really? I guess I was monkeying around with it. So to get this back to where it has the problem, I need to go to custom and reset to setup. Yes and no. Now then, change this to standard, yes and no. So this is the way it can't, whoop, that changed to user. Oh, this is not going back the right way. Oh, really? Really? Oh, this is just total. I should have just stopped this stream. Okay. Yeah, I think this will do it. Yeah, there we go. There you go. When you're trying to change it to enabled, we get this. I've got a message coming up on another screen here. Get rid of that. Yeah, so secure boot can be enabled when system is in user mode. Repeat operation after enrolling platform key PK. You do not need to specifically enroll platform key PK. Everything to fix this is right here on this screen, and it's fairly simple. I realize now that I can't point to anything with the mouse. Okay, notice at the top of the screen, it says system mode setup. And what this message says, secure boot can be enabled when system in user mode, repeat operation after enrolling. That blue message there, the title bar on that blue message says system in setup mode. It's this screen that we're looking at right now that is in setup mode. We need to change it to user mode. I'm going to press enter to select OK, and then come down to this option, restore factory keys. Look at the right side of the screen, right top side of the screen. Force system to user mode. This is how you change it to user mode, by selecting this option. But let me point out, when I first started doing this with this computer, this was in standard mode. While it's in standard mode, the choice down here for restore factory keys is unavailable. You cannot maneuver to it. So you have to put custom mode if you are in standard mode. Currently, if I change that to standard mode, it automatically changes the system back to user mode, which I didn't realize that. But anyway, down here, restore factory keys, when you select this, this is weird how you select this. This says install factory defaults, answer yes. And then reset without saving. The correct choice here is to say no. And this is really backwards. The title bar of this blue window says reset without saving. Do you want to reset without saving? You answer yes. If you don't want to reset without saving, answer no. The correct way to do this is to answer no, but that is really a weird wording. When you answer no here, are you answering no to resetting? Or are you answering no to not saving? But anyway, the correct choice here is no. Now watch what happens at the top of the screen where it says system mode setup. That changes to user. Now you can come up here and enable secure boot. Very quick and easy to do. Does not excuse the manufacturers for sending the computers out this way, but it is very quick and easy to fix. Now, there are some variations. Notice that the top of the screen, Aptio Setup AMI, all of these computers that I just told you about all have the same BIOS brand. I did not look at the version number on the bottom. However, this computer has a different twist. Now, when this one came in, I was able to change it to enable secure boot very easily. But I want you to notice up here, rather than user or setup, the system mode says deployed. That's another weird oddity. And I did some experimenting around, and I was, after jumping through some hoops, able to change it back to setup. Not that there's any desire to do that, because this computer already switches to enabled mode very easily. But it just tells me that there is a mode called deployed. And this computer came to me as deployed. And that sounds like the type of configuration these should be sent out with. So anyway, that was a fun squirrel intellectual puzzle exercise that I went through yesterday. Yeah, I agree, Chris. That's confusing wording. Oh, some Doug worded that. All right, I get you. Yeah, it doesn't have mouse visible. I didn't realize that. Yes means not saving changes. Yeah, just totally weird. All right. Oh, I'm not even 30. I'm not even at the bottom of a half hour yet. Surprise, surprise. Okay, here's another. I am contemplating changing the show time on Saturdays to 1 hour earlier. So you've got Thursday and Friday of this week to let me know if you have any thoughts about that. The reason why I want to do that is sometimes Kerry has a show on Saturdays, and his show starts at 12 p.m. my time. So when my show starts at 11 a.m., goes for 2 hours to 1, we've got some overlap there, and I'd just rather not have the overlap. So that's the reason. And me starting at 10 a.m. my time is fine with me. John Williams, why don't they have secure boot enabled from the factory? We don't know. I'm guessing, I suspect it has something to do with how they assemble the computers. I would suspect that whatever assembly these companies do, when they put the NVMe drive in the computer, I suspect that NVMe drive already has the image on it for the out-of-box experience, and they install it, and they probably never turn the computer on. And that setup mode might be required for it to be able to use that drive, because if it was already in secure boot mode when they install the NVMe drive, then that should violate secure boot. You should not be able to put a different drive into a computer that has secure boot enabled, because as I understand it, without a lot of research, as I understand it, what secure boot mode does is it prevents your boot files from being altered without appropriate permission or authorization. So it seems like if you install a drive, that is an alteration. So if the BIOS in regards to secure boot is in a setup mode, that seems like it should, then adopt that drive. But then perhaps after going through the out-of-box experience, it ought to automatically change over to user mode with secure boot on. Now, I haven't seen any of these computers come with secure boot on. Dell computers and HP computers, yes. When they come new, they come with secure boot on. Well, definitely Dell. I haven't done a new HP computer, I don't think. I had a computer order, a client order one, but they wound up canceling it in favor of a mini computer. So I think it's got something to do with that, but I don't know. And these companies that are these, I don't know, new companies that have these inexpensive computers, I'm suspecting that they aren't really natively technical experts. They're getting their components from other companies and assembling them. Does secure boot deter hackers? I think, and again, without having researched this, My impression of secure boot is it would deter intentional hackers, somebody who's specifically going after a particular computer, and they would have to be doing something that modifies boot related files. So like getting a rootkit to your computer or getting physical access to your computer. Now, if it's physical access, then this only matters in secure environments where you're putting passwords on the BIOS admin account and the BIOS user account, and you're probably using Microsoft accounts to secure the Windows login and doing a lot of other things. For my clients' offices, I don't really think it has a whole lot of purpose. 1 hour earlier would be fine. Admint. I always had trouble with his name. Adam, IT Live, they go at 1 p.m. So actually me going an hour earlier would be convenient for him. Yeah, it's still 2 hours total. Greg would miss the first hour. Oh, 1 p.m. Central Time. That's not 1 p.m. Pacific Time. So he would miss the first hour of my Saturday show. Martin says that was useful. Good answer. I check with Mayor Sheridan. Secure boot is just one piece of security. It's like your house. You got multiple levels of security. It does absolutely no good at all to have a good door lock on your front door and a good padlock if your sliding windows can be pushed in and opened. So security has multiple different aspects to it, and some of the aspects to do a certain level of security item may be irrelevant if you're not going to put good Windows passwords on the computers. So they're all different pieces. Prevents booting from unauthorized. New drive with Windows installed is considered authorized. John Williams, I thought secure is there to stop hackers during the boot up of a computer. Time shift will kill it for me. I'll constantly be in DVR mode. I would not be happy to miss Jim being with us live. Now, on the other hand, I typically always watch Carrie's shows on replay. So I don't need to get there live. Some of you, I think, in my live show, you might be wanting to get onto his live show and you don't watch. It's not okay with you to watch and replay because you want to interact in the chat room. And also, if my show ends when his is starting, then I can do the redirect thing. So, I don't know. Undecided. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good day, everybody. I will give you, is this really Porky Pig, or I think this is some other pig, isn't it? I don't know. Have a good day.